Welcome everyone to Do More, Be More, and today we are talking about a topic that actually needs a little clarification for those who may not be very familiar with the whole meal plans and fitness and all things of that sort, and that is a very simple little thing called macros, short for macronutrients. Now, it's okay that you don't know necessarily about this. We are going to go a little bit more in depth into this and why it's useful, how you need to look at this, and why it's important to know it. So that is coming up right now. And we're rolling. Basically, I'm not going to wait for the video. Welcome everyone to Do More, Be More. Oh, come on, don't tell me this thing is too long. Again, macros or macronutrients are basically the three components that create the unit of energy that we know as calories. Macronutrients are basically protein, carbohydrates, and fat. We need all of them. No matter what, you should definitely look at the fact that every single one of them, all three of them, are useful. So if you start to feel the absence of one of them in your diet, chances are you either will feel the difference or you can see the difference. And after a long time, there may be other changes that you may notice as well. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth as far as what they're useful for, but it's important to know the difference of them and to include them in all your, I don't want to say necessarily each meal, but every day you want to make sure you consume them. Now, there are some diets that may tell you that such macros are not as useful. I'm not here to badmouth any diets. If there's a diet that works for you, stick with it, because that is the most important diet. Whatever diet you can maintain is the one you need to stay on. But if you are on a diet that is making you feel, let's say, weak, or you can't recover, or you don't have energy, or you're not simply feeling healthy overall, you're not retaining nutrients in your body, that may be something you would have to consider and maybe consult with a doctor and see if maybe a diet that you think might be doing a benefit for you might actually also be causing you to get probably sick or other side effects that you don't necessarily need in your life. No matter what, you want to make sure you have those foods for what they're good for. And maybe I'm reiterating a couple of things, but carbs are good for energy. If you work out, especially 3-4 times, 5-6 times a week, you want your carbs because you want energy, and you want it to help you carry out through your day. Because if you work outside, if you have to go to work, if you have to wake up early, you have to go to the gym, you have to do anything, you have to pick up your kids, you need energy, and that doesn't come out of anywhere. So if you need energy, instead of complaining and trying to relate to memes that are saying, I can't get up in the morning, everybody, I don't know how they can do all these things, and I just simply want to stay in bed all day like a puppy. You know, honestly, that's funny, but that's it. I mean, that really isn't real life. It's social media. Why are you trying to relate to a cartoon on a box on Instagram just so that you can feel relatable? You can be so much better. So eat well, get the benefits of carbohydrates like energy, protein for your muscle recovery, because you use your muscles all day. You need protein no matter what, and the fat so that you can absorb the nutrients and everything you eat. What's the point of having all these amazing foods if your body is not taking it in and keeping it and using it for something that you actually need to do with yourself? So a little more detail is always going to be provided as I start picking up on new things. I'm going to have a lot more for you, but this is to get you started on how macros works. But if you want more information, here is me having a steak explaining more details about macros. Alright, so you want an idea of how macros work? I'll tell you. Honestly, you need to watch all the macros because all of them have very important component that we all need. So, as I've mentioned in the past, carbs are good for energy, fat is good for nutrient absorption, and protein is good for muscle recovery. And all foods will have pretty much almost all of them. Obviously, there are some that have a lot less than others. And then there are foods that have fat removed completely just because they're purposely doing that. For example, fat-free foods. Now, there are such foods, like such diets I should say, that will simply say no carbs, carbs are bad for you, I don't know why, but whatever. As far as I'm concerned, I like my carbs and I definitely love my protein. So if you're able to get a little more knowledge of it, you'll be able to be more successful with how you eat. First of all, carbs, 1 gram of carbs equals 4 calories. 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories as well. 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. So if you have a food that is lower in fat, there's a better chance that that food will be lower in calories. Am I against fat? No, but fat has higher calories. Now you know. So here are a list of a couple of foods that are high in fat that are actually pretty good for you. Got it? Good. Here's a list of some foods that are high in protein. Got it? Good. Here's a list of foods that are good with carbohydrates. Got it? Good. You don't got any of them? Go back, pause, screenshot that bad boy. Anyways, as far as I'm concerned, macros are always going to be important. Micros are also important, but for some reason, a lot of people don't monitor those. Make sure you have a good balance of all of them. And once you are able to find the foods that you want within your calorie range, whether that's for surplus or for deficit or simply maintenance, that's all you need to worry about. Fit it in your calorie range to hit your goal. After that, make sure you're you have good nutrition in your whole diet. You got it? Good, because I'm hungry. And that is all for today, guys. I want to say that I kept it brief. If I didn't, let me know. I don't want the videos to be too long, but I can't help it. I like to talk. There's a lot to talk about. If I reiterate, it's probably because I want to emphasize the points that I'm making so that you can absorb them, you can take them in, like fat, for example. There is no bad food, as I mentioned. Continue to look for more recipes. I will continue to look for more recipes and make more recipes. I've only been making 1 video a week. Maybe I'll try to do more in the future. I can't necessarily guarantee that that's gonna happen regularly, but if I have the time to make more than 1 video a week, I will do that. And I appreciate your support. Please leave actual comments with suggestions that you want. I'm getting actually feedback from people on Instagram and on Facebook, and I do appreciate that. And this video is actually in response to one of them. So, you know, I want you to know I'm listening, and I will love to cater to those questions if I can. And if I can at the moment, I will find out what I can learn as far as what you're asking. I'll make sure I get reputable sources, and I will give them to you in the best way I can. That is all for today. Remember to follow me on TikTok, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, everybody, if you do more, you will be more.